Hi everyone, I am Margo. Thank you and welcome to Soluna Botanica everyone. We are doing a personal reading for a beautiful client today. Prior to the recording, we call on to the universe with our client's personal information for they remain private at all times. As clients already know, we want to send love and light to all our viewers. And this particular reading, it is specified for a number of questions of the clients in mind, but also we're going to check other overviews as well. In this particular reading, it is extended. I am checking things for the physical sense for the client, but as well, we are checking and trying to see if we are able to connect to a loved one on the spiritual realm. As we speak, prior to, we invited the energy to come forth into the space. Uh, like I always say, whether it is in the physical end or on the through the media, we protect our energy to be in a perfect alignment with the sources of energy that we need to be in contact with. Um, and so forth. Okay. If and when there are moments of silence, it is when I am at the transition moment of connecting and or receiving messages from the higher self, from the other means, um, as well. Okay. Let me, as I am saying this, going into my moment of retrieval to be in a precise communication and understanding from the spiritual realm of their ability to connect with us. Okay. As you can see, we just ended one of the candles, so I am not going to let it finish completely for certain purposes, and I have already chanted one more for our needs. We ask the gods in the heavens to protect our energy and of the energies of those that we are seeking today, and for those that we are connecting with as well. Uh, Thank you for your protection. Thank you for your divine timing. Okay. So, uh, patience, it's a virtue. Ah. We give light, strength, and healing, prosperous energy, physical energy, uh, mental enlightenment, as well as in the physical sense, in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, for living and for those in the spiritual realm at this very moment. Excuse me, everyone, that doesn't happen, but for some reason they're asking me to align something here, and so we shall. I listen and do exactly as our guides, our protectors, and our spirits and our gods ask of us in order to be in the protective energy and as well to be precise with our predictions. Okay, let us begin. In today's reading, like I stated before, I apologize. They keep giving me the sign of the cross. So sometimes, depending on the videos, you can see that I have my name here. And it has a cross at the end of it. And I've been doing thousands of readings in my desk here, but today they were giving me the sign of the cross. They just keep pointing at it. Um, so this is a sign for me in the way that they are showing me. It's letting me know that there is a course of action through the higher self. Okay, but also when we see the cross, what do you feel? What does it bring into you, my client, and also whoever's watching today? Um, it can give you different meanings in depending on the emotion state that you are in at this time. But it also tells me that you have to have that certain faith within yourself and also faith and trust in the higher self in order to continue the path that you are going. As well, this can also be related to someone that is also in the past on or in the living even that are when we see the cross, it should signify trust, holiness, togetherness, and oneness. it should signify that through this course of love and trust and faith, you should fear not what's ahead. And take that into consideration and pass it on and think about it every and each time that you're going through some type of torment within the physical and spiritual living. And I also take that very highly in the moment as I say it. Okay, so I know what my client is asking, and I know what certain messages are coming forth, and so therefore we begin. Okay. In this reading, let me say, first off, my clients know that in a personal reading, I do not disclose my clients' personal information, for they remain private at all times. I may disclose their sign, whether it is a sun, moon, or rising. And that's just all that you will get. In personal details, definitely there won't be any, unless I'm trying to relate it to something, but it will not be as precise of the client for their own respect and privacy. That will always be the case, even when you're in person or through the media in readings, when you're bringing your spouse, your best friend, your relatives, whatever. It is your life detail according to the guides when I give you certain messages, and it will be upon you if you desire to share your predictions, your readings, your experience that you get with me, and it will not come from me at all. Okay. I am, consider me your spiritual therapist. You know how we have therapists for in psychology sector of any kind. Well, I am that spiritual therapy. What you encloses to us, you and I. Okay. Coming and capturing into the video, into our recording. What I'm sensing here, dear, is that we have someone on the other side in the spiritual realm coming forth. It's a mother figure. She is concerned of your well-being, your stability, your health. She is feeling very, very, very disappointed in things that are emotionally or taking place in your personal life, like with family. Her main concern is that family is not in the way that should be, or in their culture, your culture should be close binded. You know what I mean? It's not something new to her based on what we see, but it also tells me that by now she had a hope that maybe some type of reconciliation have taken place. Her main grief and pain toward that is that she feels your loneliness. She feels that you are taking all of this and being as brave as you are by yourself. Yes. I will say that when I see certain cars in the way that they're showing me, and I will tell you this also, that I do not need the cards to predict and see, but it's also very important because some type clients would like to see the pictures or the cards itself. They feel more connected to their experience, to their predictions. What they show me, as always, is almost like a film of the way that they want to communicate. And in the way that they communicate, it is absolutely different in the way that we receive messages here on Earth. For me, that is. What I would like to say in reference to this is that it's almost like letting me know that your sibling on the spiritual side is letting me know that she fears that someone in a family related environment is wishing ill for you. And I say wishing because I don't want to take the limb and say, not at this time, and say, could they possibly be doing something on the spiritual realm to keep you in the way that you are? Okay. Sometimes when we are so hurt or are embedded in hatred and hurt and pain of negative vibe, we intend to occult out manifestations of that form to whoever it is that we're feeling, just as in good as well. So I am not closing it out, but I am not completely saying that there is a possibility that certain relatives can possibly be doing some type of spiritual work to keep you in the way that you are, or to hinder your life because of certain behaviors within the family cycle of you growing up with them, etc. I am not closing it out, but I feel more so that they are um, astonished at the fact that you're still there, astonished at the fact that you show to be very brave, astonished at the fact that it's almost like they feel that if they're wishing you wrong, doing you wrong, they don't see that when they see you. They see the opposite, and that can bring a certain type of energy of hating more, just completely. And I want to burst out bad language at this moment. So I feel that they've given that vibe to you, either when they see you or either when they think of you, and or both. Now, um, I've been doing readings for many years, and also done thousands and thousands. But I will tell you this: it never surprises me how readings can go, even on the same person. Even if today you do one, tomorrow you do another, it never surprises me how a prediction can come about. Um, how they interact with us when we're trying to, bring in those messages and or predictions. Um, and it never surprises me how intel they are, but also how described they are when they are describing emotions of other people and or themselves. It's very detailed to the core, where I can feel it, I can sense it, I can touch that grief, that pain, and or love. And it's amazing for me to have such privilege, but also it's amazing because that is how the spiritual life is bounded to our soul. We are so telepathically that we don't need to open our mouth. We don't need to speak the words in the way that we speak it, because we are sensing each other's vibe, energy, vibration, etc. We can talk about that on any other day and any other topic. But when for your reading, the reason why I explain that is because your loved ones on the other side, they feel 10 times more the pain or the hate or the grief or the love or the mist, etc. And that is why I give you that detail. I feel that your mother on the other side is feeling like you're almost in that moment of ending things, in the way that you almost in the moment of giving up. You're feeling tired. So they're sensing that you're feeling tired. You feel that, could you go on anymore? Could you continue anymore? Or should you just give up? Now, they're letting me know that probably because they're sensing that from you, and or they see you probably wanting to go through that path. Okay? You're tired, you're overwhelmed, and you just want to rest now. You want to turn the pages and let this nightmare end for you. You want to go where you feel love and peace now. You want to just throw the towel and give up, as long as you feel that you will find your loved ones in that end road. Okay? Your loved one on the other side does not want you to throw in the towels, does not want you to give in, because there's still some type of protection around you spiritually, and because they are going to continue to fight for your growth here on life. Yes, I love that. Now, we do see that there are two options, I feel, in reference to your health issue. We will be discussing that in a little bit. What they are saying is that maybe it started wrong in the way that they treated you for this condition that you're in now, unfortunately. They are telling me that maybe they should start off with, and I don't know if they did that, with a biopsy first, where they go in, they take the biopsy, and as they go in to do the biopsy, they also clean around and take things as well to clean you. You know what I mean? And I don't know if they did that or not, but it feels to me that they're letting me know that they started wrong with your procedure. It's speaking of two tumors. I don't know if there's two tumors or two cysts in that location as we speak, or there are two as we speak. I don't know if you know of one or two. Okay? I apologize, my love. I apologize for my nails. I'm giving them break. I know it's not the right moment, but I feel like I have to explain it. I'm giving them break just as we all need it. So do my nails from having those fake nails. So I'm sticking to cleansing as purine and purification of our body, mind, soul, and spirit. Every now and then we need to let go of certain chemicals, of certain things that we do to our body, eyelashes, hair dyes, nails, etc. Whatever it is that is artificial to our body, we have to take some time to recoup our body, revive our body, and then we can come back and do all the good stuff that we like on earth. Okay? And I apologize having said that, but if I say that, it has to relate also to something with you as well. Like maybe you need to take some time to breathe and recuperate and purge your body again. Could you need another cleansing, spiritual and physical cleansing? Absolutely, you can, and it would absolutely help you at any given time as well. But also, it means that every time that you're in your downtime to rest, it's demanded by you because of the things that you're doing to take care of yourself. It's not because you want to take that time off to recoup and restore yourself. So there has to be something in between there that needs to be done for your physical and mental state of mind. Okay? Only you know your schedule, what you're doing on a daily basis, and how can you regain that one-on-one with yourself without having to be put in place for that. Do you understand? Now, with your reading, I feel that talking about the dinos, they are advising that you do not give up. They are advising that they are keeping an eye on you. They are advising and saying that they are finding ways to find some type of healing and restoration for you. It is not your time to let go. I know that there's a lot of confusion around you. There's a lot of difficult things that are going within your thoughts, confusement even. It's almost like you're at the edge, and now you're starting to have that heart palpitations where you're scared, you're frightened of what if. Now, let's touch that now. If you're scared and frightened, what is it that scares you? The way the surgery will take place. What will take place in the surgery or after the surgery? I will say this. It should be a less time for this surgery. When they go in to do a biopsy or a removal of, is a less time than any other surgery. And they are only to go in there, take out, cleanse, and withdraw. That, if that is what they're going to do, they should have done that before starting you and all these things that they did. I am not trying to say that I am not a doctor, but it gives me a vibe of something not being done in the proper way, and it could hinder certain outcomes. But only a doctor knows best. The other thing is that I was going to do this reading yesterday when we discussed it, but I was told not to. Overnight, early mornings, I kept getting the heavy wellness of being misdiagnosed or mistreated or add on without being added on. For me, when I kept getting that message, I have to say it's almost like having something that was not there, or overtreated. I will, you know me, I speak the truth and only the truth, and I say what they are saying, and whether it's cold or warm, I'm going to say it. It brought me back to a case because I kept thinking, what are the spirits trying to tell me? What is the spiritual side wants me to let this beautiful client know? And they kept taking me to a view of that there were some doctors that they were claiming in the insurance and treating patients for cancer, and it was, there was no cancer there. They were just billing and doing all these things to clients for the gain of money. And I hate to say that I say that because I would hate to feel that could that be a possibility that happened here, that happens. In any kind of condition or diagnosed, I always advise the client to go for second opinion. I always do. Because doctors are humans and they are run by, believe it or not, AI since day one. They're just, it's just not being said until now. But the computer is the one that tells you, you input everything in the computer and the computer feeds back everything that you put in. So if you're putting certain things to suggest to the computer, then they're gonna feedback as that. Anyways, this could be a very long subject, and I just want you to be clear with them. We're half, and I want to say more than halfway out now, more than before, of what you've been through, unfortunately. But with this surgery, it's important because if it's still there, then it needs to be taken out, no matter what it is. Okay? With this surgery, it has to be done, is what I'm saying, based on what I'm seeing here. It should be less time. It should be less time recuperating as well. The other thing is that I would like to discuss with you, and we most likely will after the reading, is have, in the way that they explain what will happen in the surgery. If you want to discuss it with me, let me know. What I would want to know is, because normally they would do this when they go in there to remove a cyst or tumor, whatever, they remove, almost like a cleansing that they do. I don't know if they did that before and now they're going back with this. That's another thing that I'm catching here. So they go in, and depending what they see when they go in, they take their own way of doing things. But beforehand, before the surgery, they would have to explain to you, we're going to go in there and the purpose is to remove something and then we're out. But once we're in there, if we see something, we'll remove it at the same time. And depending that we have option A, option B, option C. I don't know if they discuss these things with you, and if they have not, again, discuss it with them again. Or if they have, whatever it is, I am willing to listen so we can talk about it and see how this procedure will take place for you, because they're supposed to explain these things as well for you. And the other thing about all this is, because I want you to understand that I look at every detail and I ask questions. The more answers they give me, the more I ask. yeah, but trust me, just in the physical sense, um, that spirits sometimes get agitated because they're explaining to me certain things, and I'm like a 5-year-old, want every detail in such a visual way that it's very detailed, and I want that precise detail because that is how I want to detail everything to you. Um, the other thing is that having to know these things, I am walking with you through all this process that you physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually going through. I am going and I'm walking with you in the spiritual sense, in the emotional sense. We are at a distance, unfortunately, but emotionally and spiritually, I'm hand in hand with you. And I am, in the spiritual sense, right there in that operation room as I had before. I prayed and I prayed and I give thanks to every little living, breathing, moment gift that the universe and our guides and our spirits give to you, give to my loved ones, give to everyone. You understand? That has not changed. And trust me, every now and then also to the enemies. Um, I want you to understand that you are absolutely not alone in this route, in this journey, in this path, in this life. Okay? And I know you know that. Now, let's continue. Thank you. On the spiritual sense, your father figure. Um, I don't know if he was doing this before he passed, but he is absolutely now. It's like he's walking, like he's walking, but he's slow, and his head is tilting a lot. Do you see this? He, you know, purging down, looking down, being upset, being depressed. He tried to put things behind, but it's very difficult. And then he's very hurt and bothered by the things that he had to let go, or the things that he doesn't want to be detached from. And I feel that this is you, my love. I feel that he's still holding on to you, and he, like the little girl that you are to him, no matter how old you've gotten, he finds that moment of joy. um, I, I think that you have a name for him. I don't know if it's Papa, but you have a name for him that he keeps telling me. And I don't know if he's thinking about when you were a little girl, of a celebration of some sort of something. He's giving me a view. I don't know if they were celebrating. There's a birthday. They were celebrating of you. Uh, mm, Maybe yes. Maybe he's letting me know that your birthday is coming up, and he is already in that moment at face. On your birthday, he will have some type of coming forth, I feel, either dream or in the physical sense. But he's also reminiscing something that was special to him, that because it was special to you. He's reminiscing that right now, your father. Oh, so blessed is his heart. Um, but at the same time, he feels that sorrow. I know you can't see this here, but in my visions, he feels that sorrow, and there's tears dropping. Okay, it's not in the card, it's in the visual sense of his energy. um Now, I've used these cards 1,000 times, but every now and then they're giving me this pinch of a clue that I have to give to clients. And here we are. See this? These are fireworks. So again, he's explaining to me and reminisces of something that was so meaningful to you, and it became meaningful, if not much more, to him because of you. I love this for you, my love. Um, obviously he knows that he left you heartbroken and in despair by unjust actions that happen in this life, that he left you alone, uh, feeling left out, um, because people might think that you were his uh, special child or loved child or favorite child. He's saying yes, he's saying he loved all his children, but you most likely are still his favorite. The other thing is that he knows that you've been hurting all this time. He knows that you've tried to heal. He knows this. Your loved ones on the spiritual realm know that they've been hurting for you as you've been hurting for them. Okay? They know. They wish that they could find ways, to heal you. And even if they try, it's not enough, because you're still in that energy every day. I wonder if he means because you're still in that home. So when we love someone, we do not want to let go of anything, nothing of what has to do with them, because we want something of them always, so we can feel that they're near. And that's understandable. I absolutely agree with that. And everyone has his way of grieving. If it makes you joyous and happy, by all means, keep it. But if it makes you upset and hurt and depressed, then you need to and must let go of something. You can always keep something that is very meaningful between you and them, that you can always touch and connect with and feel their presence. You don't have to keep things, but you can, and it's absolutely good for you to do so at times. But know that even without items, they are always in your presence, because they remained in the hardcore of your soul, of your heart, of your spirit. They remain absolutely there. No matter where they are, they experience what you, my child, experience, because they always want to be a part of you as you of them. This card is absolutely divine. It is the card of pain and grief and sorrow and loss, etc., but can also be power when it comes to the spiritual life. Okay? I had to explain that to you, because I feel that we need to move past that. You have the strength, absolutely. You have the courage, and I've said that all the time, absolutely, because you are strong. You have the infinity to keep going. Even at your worst, you still have more strength, even at your worst. That has never shifted, never changed. You've always been that child since little. That's what your father is saying now. That he knew from the very get-go. I don't know if you fell down and hurt your knee or scraped your knee or something like that. He's giving me these visions. And he saw that you got up, dusted off, and continue. Whatever it was, but that's the way he's showing me. He knew then that you are special. You're different from his children. You are different, he says. And he's still saying it. Okay, so there will be a new chapter in a while. You might put it in place at the end of this year or in the beginning of next year. We'll see. There will be an ending of a lot of things that are happening with you after this surgery. You will definitely decide something, is what is being predicted here, that will have nothing to do with any kind of results even. They are still afraid that you will still turn down the surgery. They are not advising, I keep telling you this, but it will be your choice. Possibly I will also take this that find every detail you can before you want to say no to, or find maybe there's a missing piece link of your fear, of why you don't want to go through this one. I know that you've been through so many surgeries before, and I know that it's been very difficult to your body, and emotionally you're starting to take the toll. I know this because I'm feeling it within my body, and the hurt and the pain, everything is aching as we speak. And even though your mind is saying one thing, your body can react it differently. Okay, I understand that. The other thing I would ask is, what have you been dreaming lately? Because dreams entail your fears, your actions in the physical life, in the spiritual sense, but also predict certain things. I would absolutely want to know what your dreams are happening as we speak and continue to, all the way till the day before your surgery. I would love to know those dreams, to open them and go within itself and see what they're saying to you, what messages the higher self, your guide, your spirit is given to you. Okay, it's important. The other thing is that right, that even though it's a simple surgery, there's a possibility that you could be scared that you may not make this surgery. You may be scared that even though it's simple, you might not come out of it, out of the surgery, or come out in the prosperous ways. I'm gonna say this. Sometimes, how do I put this? With everything that you've been through, it's absolutely natural that you're feeling in the way that you're feeling. You have been a warrior for yourself. You have been that advocate of your body, mind, soul, and spirit, to continue your fight in the physical life. Because you know that you do not deserve this pain, but yet you're taking it in because God has a way for this. God has his message through you to this. But because you trust it, and because you trust your body, that you can overcome anything, and absolutely you have. Till this day, you have been that warrior. You have fought every battle with cancers, etc. And we're not going to go into detail. And to come into this now, it's a less surgery than others that you've had. But it's also that moment where you feel like, can you continue pushing forward? Your body, it's on overdrive. Your mind is on overdrive. And your emotions are on overdrive. And you feel like you want to scream. Then go ahead, mama. Go to a park, go to the beach early in the morning and yell your lungs out. And then after that, go into that water and go in and let that water of the earth find ways to cleanse you. Okay? You've been holding so much since I've known you. And I feel that in a way, these readings have been some type of help or therapeutic to you. In a way, it's been helping you disclose your emotions, your feelings, your actions, your life, etc. And I hope so, and I hope that they've helped you in a tremendous positive way, because I would love that, and I know that in a way they have. Um, I I want to be your guide. I want to be your healer in the best way possible, because I want the best for my clients. I want you to move up your vibration in the physical and the spiritual life. I want you to be safe. I want you to be secure in your path in every day, in the moment you wake up to the moment you rest. I want that for you. I want what I want for my children, the best. And I pray for the best. And I believe for the best, in the best. Do you understand? I will always treat you as one of my own, because I always do for my clients. It is the purpose of why I accepted this gift, and is the purpose why I will continue to do so. Now, I apologize that I gave you that speech, but it's because I want you to understand that you're not going to throw the towel yet, and you're not going to either, because you're almost at that final giving in, at that final where your body's going to say, I've done everything, and now it's time that God finds its way. But that's not you saying no surgery. No, ma'am. That's not. That means that it's something that you need to discuss with your doctors. If you have fears, what are your fears? If you have fears, what are your fears? Are you fearful of the type of surgery you're going to have? Are you fear of what it's taking place possibly afterwards? Are you fearful of the recovery of the inside at the timing of the surgery? Or are you fear of the results? What are the fears? And okay, you may say everything, all of that, and that's understandable too. So therefore, let's get into those details, and let's break down all of them and see. Let's talk about from the before of the surgery, what's going to be the preparation, what's going to be the timing around the timing of the surgery, what's going to take place in the surgery, and the A's and B's options. What are the A's and B's options, and what are the after the surgery? Let's break them all in details, and let's find the answers to all of those, and then we can collectively say that more likely than not, this will be a secure surgery for you. And I feel so because based on everything that you've been through before, and also because your loved ones on the spiritual realm are saying that they do not want you to give in yet, or give up these things, that possibly you need to go within and see what is giving you the vibe of changing your mind. Okay. Of course, it is your decision of what you decide to do at the end of the day. And I'm only giving you the messages that the higher self is given, and the advice that the higher self is given. And most importantly, I will say that medically, absolutely listen to what the doctors have to say. Listen to their advice, to their recommendations. And if you fear that they're not straightforward, always go for second opinion. And even if they are good and great, always go for second opinion. Because again, they're humans and we can make mistakes. The other thing is that I would say that what you can do is go to it's an IV vitamins boost for your body. I would absolutely ask the doctors if they can prescribe that for you. If you're able to intake that, I don't know. I don't want it to, contradict your medications. So ask them if this is something that it will absolutely benefit your body to prepare your physical body into for this surgery. Okay, because yes, it is soon, how do I say, the timing is close to other things that you've had, so I understand that. So therefore we need to nurture the body uh with vitamins, with fluids, things like that. To your body is still healing from other surgery, so we need to make sure that they're healing as we're moving along before you are into the other surgery. So, you know, I'm old fashioned in a lot of ways, and I very much so believe that our vitamins, our medicine, stuff like that from back home where I'm from, the medicine is more pure, more natural, more concentrated. And, we believe very much so in having our B12 shots, things like that. Um, when we need something that's going to have to take place medically, I like to get my boost in vitamins and stuff like that through IVs and stuff. Which, by the way, I think I will in a very short time. Um, I I I will, again, I recommend it, but again, discuss it with your doctors if this is something that is suitable for you to take, and if they could implement that for you as well. Okay. I know that, sometimes they say, yes, vitamins are good, take them, and they give you the pills and stuff. Okay. Anything helps. But I think it's more uh, less invasive to your liver, but also more direct to your body through the IV. Okay, it is my opinion, and I was before you make any actions, discuss it with your doctors. It will revive a lot of everything that you've been going through at this time, and absolutely prepare you for any other things. It will do wonders for your lifting body, and I think that I will also do that for my child and myself as well, because it's important. Okay, now, um yes, you will need some restoration after the surgery. You will need some recuperation and things like that. um it's something that you know already that it's going to be taking place. Do I want to, let me see. Now, why am I getting the sense, the urgency of you, that you feel that this won't work, or that you feel that I'm getting the sense of your energy as you feel like it just won't work and you won't come out of it. I'm getting the urgency of you feeling like something may go wrong within it. And I'm saying this because it's your thoughts. I'm not sure if you're crossing those thoughts at the moment or you've been. We'll discuss that, of course, after your reading. Whenever you get your reading, and I will be right there ready to listen. I'm not sure if you recall, but if I'm not mistaken, I usually don't try to, whenever I do a private reading for my clients, I get into that energy and I let it all within it and out. So it won't stay in my thoughts because it will hinder my energy. Okay. And as usual is being predicted by other means. So therefore, it's almost like I'm being hypnotized during the notions of predicting and reading for clients. But there are details that they can come in every now and then, and I will remember certain things of the readings for my clients. And the reason why I say this is because, if I'm not mistaken, in one of your previous readings, we did see that there's a high possibility of a surgery for you in your last reading. And so here we are now. The other thing is that I will say to you, that they always let me see the before, during, and after. And I feel that it's almost like you wanting to know if it's worth the surgery, if you will overcome the surgery. I apologize. I had to put pause. I felt drained and very, very, very thirsty. Like my body needed extremely fluids. And I think that a lot of it is what you've been going through as well. Here's the thing. It is normal, everything that you've been feeling, that you've been sensing, that you've been emotionally going through, the fears, the joy, anything that you've been going through is absolutely normal. I have to say that, you know, what you're feeling now, believe it or not, a lot of people get it on the first on the first initiative of their diagnosed. I don't want to go into details, but you know what I mean. Thank you. And it's almost like what's that hormone? I can't get it in right now. There's a hormone that we have that makes us react to danger, and it gives us the alert to stay alert. You know, like soldiers, people in the military, they're in constant act with that feeling and emotions because they're being trained constantly for fears, you know, to respond in a moment of action. And it will cost them, the majority of them, to be PTSD because of it. Unfortunate. But when you are going through something medically, we kind of get that environment energy as well. The thoughts of being, it's a fear factor of protecting yourself emotionally. So it can block you from acting in a normal way, in the way that some people may act, you know, when they're having bad news or loss of some sort. You've been in a what's the phrase that they call this? Fight or flee, flee or fight or flee, or something like that is called. I cannot recall it at this time right now. But you get what I'm saying. Let me see why this one turned off. Come back in. Thank you. Thank you, my Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Thank you. I want to give thanks to your loved ones on the spiritual realm for interacting with us today. I want to give them love and light from your behalf to you as well, and from them to you. I want to give them the window to be free in their environment of spiritual realm, and to be free to feel the love that you send them each and every day, to vibrate in the higher grounds of the spiritual life. Amen. Now, let's see. I feel that more than anything, it's giving me the sense of your energy, of your fears. Let me say this. Yes, you will be resting. Yes, there is a healing coming for you. Yes, you will be restored after every, you see all these sores. There's 9. Every source speaks of things that you've gone through emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And you, my client, have gone through every single one of them since I've known you going through this. Okay? If not more. If not more. But do you see these? These are tokens of giving light from the highest power, from everything you've gone through. And they are still going to restore what is meant for you. And I have a feeling that it will be in living, in life. You will be touched by this angel and or saint that will come and heal you. Now, yes, I can end the reading by letting you know that this is going to be fine. You will be fine. And there will be healing and restoration of your body, mind, soul, and spirit. But you know me, I always like to do more. Okay. Of course. Who does not know you doesn't know the strength that you have, the power that you have. Who doesn't know you doesn't know the best of you. Who doesn't know that you carry a high burden in you, a high stake in you. You carry all your emotional pain and grief and sorrows within you, but they don't see that. You know, your work environment, you have such strength and such divinity within you, and people don't know what you're suffering. They don't see it because they see a beautiful woman working hard to earn things in life. They see a woman who is very vibrant. When they see you, it's almost like they see a vibration of energy within you. They see that peace within themselves. I'm almost sensing that there are patients that see that within you. That they are people that just by you walking through, they can see that light within your reflection. That you give them hopes in some type of level, I feel. They don't see the darkness of you. And I'm glad that in a way, because this is the reflection of the true self of you. These are things that, you know, eventually you're fighting them off, and you will drop all of them eventually. And each one of them will be discarded. Each one of them will be branched out into live, nurturing tree that you yourself is going to plant and grow eventually. They can be seen in a number of ways, in thousands of ways, but this is how I see it for you. Okay? You're cocooning. You will be something else that people do not expect. There will be a new offering in life, or the universe, or your guide and or your creator will offer you an option in a way of saying that. This can happen while you're in the precision of the surgery and or prior to or after. The universe, your guide, your creator, or your saint will come forth and give you an option. You decide what option you want to take when that time comes, because it will come. Okay? I can only say that based on what they're showing me, based on what they're visually and telepathically they're letting me know. The universe is saying that you can take the any option of the what's given to you, and it will be the right option for you. Okay. when we have this card in aspect, depending on the reading that we're asking, it's letting me know that the client will feel that freedom within themselves, because a faith will take over them and give them that blanket that they need, to protect themselves, to shield themselves, and that they will be divinely guided to the direction that they need to go, feeling free, being free of anything and all. So it can speak of, you being rid of anything that has been hurting your body. And it could also speak of you letting go and just accepting the outcomes. Either way, it is still the direction that you're divinely destined to. Okay? They're giving me in that description, they're not giving me any more details. I think that first is because they know the way that I feel for you, my client, but also the other thing is that they want to be very precise in the way that they deliver the message to you. And they want you to have the indulgence of peace, love, faith, and trust. Because you are in the palm of their hands, okay? Protecting you. I know that this is what you're going through in the physical life. It doesn't feel like that at all. I know that you feel that they don't have you anywhere near it, but they do. And you will either sense it, feel it, see it, either in a dream or in the physical sense, resting, napping, whatever. But they will come forth and give you that direction, if you want to see it that way, call it that way, that direction of you're doing the right thing, or you need to go left, you need to go right, you need to go straight. They will let you know, my child. I love that. All right, now I know that this reading, I've taken my time. It's a very an extended reading, and I give thanks to your loved ones in the spiritual sense that they came forth. Now let's see. Let me look at this real quick. Thank you, universe, for something. We are not, because they're giving me that clearly. Concentrate on the, yeah. We will be talking, I'm pretty sure, and discussing more the surgery situation, and having more details, more defined answers to that before your surgery comes.
Motion detected at the G8 V1TW0 2 2394 1N4H. Motion detected at G8 V1TW0 2 2394 1N4H.
Okay. We know that if you do go decide with the surgery, you'll be having some time off from work. You'll be having some time to recuperate yourself for a few, days, and or I feel that it's like a week rest of some sort. I don't feel that it's more, but again, it will depend on the way the surgery is going to take place, and on the way that it will be defined when we discuss it later. But it's just it doesn't show me any hindering after the fact. What I will say this is that after the surgery, there's a possibility that you don't take that rest, recuperation, and you go back to work too soon, or you do some type of lifting, some type of, something that will take place and then hinder your immune system. Okay. So definitely discuss the doctor, anything that you can intake for your body restoration during, after. Okay. Um, I do not feel that it's as dangerous as it seems. Okay. I'm going to say that because I don't feel it. Um, but do I want to give you which I feel that I I can feel when a client wants some type of direct answer. And I will say this: they're not letting me give that answer because it's not here, because it's not time. Okay, we're just gonna leave that at that. The other thing is that um, I think that you need to realign whatever it is that you're doing with your, how do I say this? Mm, I think that you are either changing your will, if you have a will. I think that you're revising that in this week or so. If you do, I would suggest revise it between now, before Mercury goes retrograde, shadow, which it'll probably start on the 12th or 15th. So you have at least, a week and a half to two to revise. If you have a will, I would absolutely revise it then, within this weeks or so. The reason why I say that is because I think that it's important to have a will. Uh, the other thing is that, you know, um, the trust of what we have is not always there. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense. Um, or either you've been thinking of revising in or doing a will. That could be the reason why it's coming out. And I think that you're understanding yourself, or you're seeing that if you did have a will, it's not deserving of whoever it is you had, or you are revising it because you feel that so and so deserves whatever it is, you know. Either way, it's bringing it up here in the reading. So I'm not sure if the doctors, they always do when you are going through surgery. They always ask all these intakes for in case of emergency, things like that. So you're probably going to revise those things. Okay. Or in whatever way is coming up in your thoughts, by you or by physicians and such. Anyhow, um, what can I say here? I wonder, do you let that sibling know every time you have medical things, medical surgeries? Because it's almost like they do know. You know, you still have your heart so beautifully defined. By that I mean that you still have hopes in those people that you feel that should either be there for you, or that you feel that they can one day, be who you may want them to be. I love that about you. I do not see them changing anytime soon, and I do not see them feeling in the way that they should towards you, unfortunately. But um, sometimes we have to give up on certain people, whether it's friends and or family. If they show not to be sincere or loving to you in the way that you are to them, uh, they don't deserve your presence. They do not deserve your friendship and or love. They do not deserve being a part of you. And they absolutely do not deserve to stand where you stand, because your energy is not in their negative environment. And unfortunately, it can happen even with friends and or family. Our destiny is one set for other things, and theirs as well. So if they are demise, then so be it. We can pray for them. We can ask all the appeals that we can to the higher self for their enlightenment, for their growth, physically and spiritually. But there comes a time where we've done all we can, and we have to learn to set them free so they can be free to do their choosing, and you can be free to restore yourself and find your path in the best way possible. And unfortunately, sometimes when we are around negative environment, then we become hindered toward that energy. Okay, that could be with anything: lovers, partners, marriage, friends, family, you name
Motion
it.
detected
Okay.
at G8
um
B1TW0
so
1N4H. Motion detected at G8 B1TW0
they will be in God-given name. I don't feel that there will be any other surgery after this one. Okay, I do not feel that there will be any other surgeries after this one as we speak for now. Either because you choose to, or either because it will not be necessarily needed. But that's what we see. There will be no surgery after this one for now. Okay? Thank you to the universe and to the heavenly Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you for your answers. Thank you for protecting us. Thank you for aligning us with your divine energy, with your divine source. Angels of the universe of the heavens, what can we see for yourself? Right. So I feel that if it's one cyst or tumor, I feel that it's two, maybe it's two in one, and or they come in and they taking out one and they see another one smaller. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's wait for the recovery to come back and check everything else, Mama. I believe that after your surgery and everything, we can have other predictions shift in a different way. Because when we're feeling stuck in certain aspect of change, we're kind of seeing only one side of what's coming ahead. I think that after your recovery, we definitely feel that you're going to make other changes no matter what the result is. Okay? I feel that you're going to say, I've done this, I've done that, I'm just going to go with this, I'm just going, you're going to put your foot down, is what I'm saying. So we are going to see what outcome is, and then is that the best suited decision for you. It may or may not be. Remember, in the other deck, the gods are giving you the grace to say that what's gonna come next, it will be because it's meant to be for you. And so they will let you choose that angle after the fact. But we are definitely feel that after everything is being said and done, then you most likely will decide to do the surgery, and no matter what the outcome is, you're going to decide to not anymore. um or it will not be a need after the fact. I'm going to take the limb and say that it should, I don't feel that it's going to be a negative end of results. Okay. Um, I don't feel. I think that we're coming to that point, to that halt where um, your body will have to just take that restoration, that time to heal, and that time to recoup itself, and then take some time for you. You know, um, your intent is to leave your work and go somewhere else, and or move uh, from one floor to the next of some sort, is what I'm seeing of your job environment. Okay. um it's also a thing that you want to also move from where you live as well. And I feel that you will sometime, probably next year. I feel that Uranus is in your first house. So you're going to make a sudden decisions for 2027. I think that 2026 is the pivotal moment where you're going to say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it no matter what. You're going to set certain things in motion for 2027. Once 2027 comes, you're going to do A, B, C, one, two, three. You're going to start narrowing down all these things that you want to do because you want to live life now. And I think it's an absolutely wonderful thing because you're going to learn to revive your body, your mind, your soul, and your spirit. You're going to learn to give up and let go of anything and anyone that has hurt you in any way. And when you do that, you're going to start feeling that freedom within your body. You're going to feel free, like uplifted, literally. Um, you know, you have such a, what's the word I'm looking for? You do not give up, true. But also, when something hurts you, you snap, you let go, and you don't touch that base anymore. Okay. Um, See, and that takes courage because a lot of people don't. If you break up with someone, that's an example. Sometimes people, if they break up with someone, they tend to linger over that pain. They tend to linger in sorrows over the loss of that person, right? And they can get desperate even. But you're different. You're cut. You're cut from a different. What's the phrase I'm looking? Why am I short on phrases today? But it's it's you're different. If you're going through such thing, you cut it off right there and you move forward. You don't dwell on that pain. I will say that that's an absolutely wonderful thing, but at the same time, sometimes that thing that we didn't dwell in can come and affect us in different ways later on. Okay. um I think that all these things that you've been going through in these few years have, I don't know, where make you grow emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, have made you see life in a whole different aspect, have made you almost being forced to open up what life is, to see the good, to see the bad, to feel the good, to feel the bad. It's almost like they open the doors or the windows to see what the other side is like, you know, without wanting it. But I think that because everything that you've been going through in the physical channels the spirits intend to be around when we are, unfortunately, going through transitions that are hurting us physically or mentally and spiritually. The spiritual side is we're very vulnerable to that, and it's good if we feel the good, but it's bad if we feel the bad. You understand? And the thing about that when it comes to you is that you're getting to see and feel certain emotions of people, places, and things, and it's making you also open up more about who you are and where you come from, and where you want to go. And there's a high possibility that everything you're going through in the physical life right now, it's probably one of those things that your guide, your creator, is making you go through to be more aligned with your true self, with the purpose of you. And you see, the most important thing about this is, yes, that we can love our enemies, we can love our neighbors, but we don't have to entwine with them. You understand? The important thing is about us loving ourselves, because ourselves creates and takes and carries our vessel, our soul. And through that, we carry our creator. Okay? And that bond has to stay. I do all the things that I do, you know. I do all the spiritual work that I can do, and it comes in many, many forms and ways of spells and rituals. But I do not lose my spiritual contact, that threshold that takes me to there and brings me back, because through it, I'm able to do what I do. You understand? Who I love will always be, and that cannot be taken away. It can't, no matter who or what comes in. Okay? Is there anything else that I can say to you, my child? What you need is, when you're off, it's some time to nurture your mind, because your mind is what gives the strength to your body. Okay? Thank you, angels of the universe and the heavens. Thank you. But we do see male doctors, male nurses. We do see you recuperating. We do see that. I don't see any danger to that surgery. Uh, there's a notion of someone that you know, or it could be a relative, that surprisingly enough, they will try to visit you or have some type of contact with you. Uh, Pay attention what's the course of that person coming around you. I feel that it is purposely divine for financial reasons, so pay attention to that. Okay, it shows as a male, as a female person, it's a family member. There's also a male figure. I don't know if you have a cousin or something like that, uh, that possibly is in town of some sort. Advice, I don't feel that they're being genuine. Right. I feel that there's two people you trust right now, and most likely they are females. I feel that there's two people that you feel that you can trust. Uh, and that you feel that they will be there for you at any given moment. Only you know who they are, and I feel that at the end of the day, whoever is probably a female who's white and or Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I definitely will say that, she cares for you, she likes you. Just be very cautious. I don't feel that she is 100% genuine, whoever that person is. I think that this person either works around you and or is around your environment of being the person that you probably see the most. I don't know who that is. They can intend to be who they want to be for you because they care, but it could also come very, how do I put this in the way that they will see it? Uh, Overwhelming at times, okay? I It can take a toll, as you already know, my child, when we have someone that we love and is going through certain pains and sorrows, and we can't take that away from them, and we're seeing it going through that, it hurts and it breaks us, okay? So I don't feel that this lady is going through that because she being dishonest. It's something that, uh, I would feel that in time come, once you're better, there will be that distance between them, or maybe you will cut that distance before. I don't know. It will be your choice. It's someone that it's in your surroundings that you either see at work and or through your personal life. Um, the other person, it feels like a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Summer rising, and it is absolutely someone that feels that you can trust them, and they feel to me that they are a more closely bond to you in the way that I see this one. It feels that you are connected to this person in a more higher self. This is an older person, and it feels that you feel that genuine connection toward that person in a symbolic spiritual way, kind of way. Okay, this is someone that is eye to eye to you or sees you for who you are. Okay, um, that is someone that it's almost like 100% trust. So only you will know who is who with these two. Now, what I also would say to you is that yes, we do see a good outcome in your perspective way of what you're going through in the moment, what you will be going through in the surgery. It's coming in the next 2 weeks to 2 months, is what's saying here. Also, what you implement to do is, if you haven't seen this person, it's telling me that you will probably see this person between now in less than 2 years for sure. I don't think it's in 2 months, but it may be. You never know. I don't think it's in 2 weeks, but it may be. You never know. Or you will see them sometime in 2027, probably on the second half of 27 or in February of 2027. But it's giving a notion that you will see this person in the near future, whoever that may be for you. It is a good omen when I see certain things for the client. It means that that client, you, my child, will overcome what you're going through and are fearful of. Okay? I love that. I think that we are coming to the closing of the reading. As you know me, we can talk about this all day long. But I feel that for now, we're in a safe place. I am going to, as always, give grace and thanks to the higher self. And I am absolutely going to give grace and thanks to your loved ones on the spiritual realm, to your energy, to your spirit for being such beauty, such wonders, and to your loved ones as well. Thank you to the universe and to the heavens, Lord Jesus Christ. I want to thank you for healing and restoring. Thank you to the heavenly light, Father, Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you for healing me. Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you for the heavens. Thank you for hearing our plea. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be the name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Love and light. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Holy Mary, Mother of Lord Jesus Christ, thank you for your protecting and your guidance and your healing to those that are here today with us. Lord Jesus Christ, thank you for healing. The way you can check us, nothing to us. Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you to the heavens, Lord Father Jesus Christ. Thank you. Thank you. Love and light to you and to yours, my love.